guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing my nighttime skincare routine whilst also telling you why I became a makeup artist and how I got into doing content and stuff, giving you a background on me. I thought this would be a really nice introduction for people that haven't been watching me for a while or are brand new here or are just looking for someone relatable and someone that's a bit real. And personally, I don't want to come on here and act like my life is perfect because it's really not. So let's do my skincare together because you all ask for that all the time, whilst also talking about why I got into makeup and how it all started. I'm going to start by breaking down the makeup. I'm going to use the Polish Cleansing Balm from By Caitlin Collection. We'll start with how I actually found like a passion for makeup. So when I was younger, I started to experience really bad panic attacks at school. Me and my parents were like, what is going on? Why is this happening? You know, is everything okay? So they took me to the doctors. We tried to figure out why I was having these panic attacks because at the time when I was younger, mental health wasn't really something that was spoken about a lot. Like there was such a big stigma around it and no one really understood it. Like it wasn't a huge thing. Everybody was like, what, when it came about? And if you did have mental health issues, you were looked at as someone that was attention seeking, and that is what happened to me. Pretty much no one around me understood what I was going through, and everybody kind of, like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get treated very nicely when I was going through all that, and I get that it was difficult for my family as well, like I do get that, but I was just a child and it was blimmin' hard. So when it started, I was in primary school, and then it got a little bit better when I went to high school, and then it crashed again in like S1, S2, and I ended up actually going off of school. I just refused to go in. I like developed something called agoraphobia, which is basically when you are absolutely terrified to go outside. Like I couldn't even leave my bedroom, I had to be in my safe space. It was horrendous. So yeah, that happened and I was like, nope, I'm not going to school. Everybody was like, you have to go to school. I was like, it's not happening. And because of me having that, it's actually led to me having issues now as an adult, but anyway, we won't talk about that now. So yeah, it was really bad, and because I wasn't going to school, I was like really bored in my room all the time. I started watching makeup videos on YouTube and Instagram, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good, I love this. Like I was watching people like Jordan Lipscomb, Nikki Tutorials, Manny Heyyyyyy, all of the people, and I loved it. I was like, oh my god, yes, this is so good. And honestly, they inspired me to start doing it myself. I was watching them and I was like, oh, I love this. Like, I really want to be able to do this. And I started by using my mum's makeup. I won't lie, I think that's how we all started. And then I eventually got quite a lot of my own, and I done crazy eyeshadow looks. At the start, it was absolutely horrific. Like it was really, really bad. Like all of us, we all start somewhere, and it was really bad at the start. It just led to me having like a huge passion for makeup. During the time, it was so hard because like mental health wasn't accepted, but also it wasn't understood when I was younger. So when I was going through it, like it was so hard to find someone that was open-minded. I've just got my silverware in my eyeball. Luckily, I had a really good guidance teacher at high school who really advocated for me, and he really put in a lot of effort. It was hard though. I got bullied for doing makeup when I went back to school, which was obviously 18 months later, and also whilst I was doing it online, I got bullied for it because again, I was like doing things against what everybody else would do. Like no one else was doing stuff like that when I was younger at my school or anybody near me. So when I was doing it, like it was weird and people were like, what the hell are you doing? That's so embarrassing. But I never let it stop me. I almost did sometimes, but luckily I didn't. Fast forward, I started taking clients from my mum's friends. They all thought that I was really good at makeup, and they were like, oh my god, can Errin do my makeup? Then I actually started like doing courses and stuff, my research. I was so into research and stuff about skin, about makeup, beauty, different cosmetics, ingredients, stuff like that. Like I really had an interest in it. My boyfriend actually says to me like, why don't you do it? Like why don't you go on TikTok? And I was like, I don't want to do that. And he was like, oh, come on, like you'll love it, it'll be so good. And I was like, right, okay. So I started TikTok and it literally changed everything. I was on a live stream once. P. Louise joined when I was doing makeup and she gifted me the P. Louise Pro course. Sorry, but what? I'm gonna go and wash my face with a cleanser and I'll be right back. Okay, I've just washed my face with a foaming cleanser. I used a glossier one. I just picked it up in London and I've kept using it ever since. Gonna use the Kanzen toner. This is the pore beautifier. Love this stuff. It's so good and I need it now since I've just picked my whole entire face. Anyway, can't remember where I was at because it's been about 20 minutes since I last filmed that clip. Then I started to get an interest for other beauty treatments like eyebrows, eyelashes. So I trained to be a lash tech, trained to do lash lifts, trained to do brow laminations and brow tint, brow wax, stuff like that. Whilst that soaks in, I'm going to use my Glow For It lash serum. I just fell in love with beauty. Honestly, it's still a coping mechanism for me and I still feel really upset though because I am kind of losing that creative side of me. And it is upsetting, don't get me wrong, I just don't know why. I think it's because of the setup and stuff as well. Whilst obviously like finding makeup and beauty as a coping mechanism, I was also getting diagnosed with depression, OCD, anxiety and ADHD and stuff. Going to use the Inkey List Barrier Serum. This is one of the new products that they're releasing and I really like this. This one is almost done. I managed to make this my job in July and I quit my part-time job and this is my full-time job, although it would be fine if I made less because I am a uni student as well, so it kind of is a part-time job, but it could be my full-time job if you know what I mean. Like honestly, I never thought that any of this would be possible though. Like, I don't come from a family that's got like loads of money or anything like that. Like I also, as many other people, grew up in council houses. None of my family drive apart from me and my twin sister, and like I am one of the first people in my family to go to university as well, so like this is really different for all of us. I definitely have broken a lot of barriers and I definitely have kind of broken that cycle. I decided that what was around me was not something that I wanted and I wanted better and I wanted more, so I went out and I've got that myself. I'm going to use this Ordinary moisturiser. It's got ceramides in it. Anything ceramides I love because it helps your barrier. This is almost finished. I am trying to finish all of my beauty products because I'm sick of opening things and never finishing them. It's terrible. I want to get more into my YouTube era though. I feel like I am not posting enough on here and it's because it's so hard to grow on YouTube. Between each skincare step, I like to wait a couple minutes if I can, just so everything can seep into the skin and really do its magic. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, like I have no idea, and I am still struggling every single day with my depression, anxiety, OCD, ADHD, oh my god, the list goes on and on and on. But one thing I do know is that you don't really need to focus on the future too much, focus on the now. If you focus on the future too much, you're just going to stress yourself out. This skincare routine stays the same. If I'm using different products, it'll be something very similar. If you can't change it and you can't control it, then don't worry about it. And if you can change it and you can control it, do it now. Or do it as soon as you can. Keep trying and don't give up. And know that although a lot of people will say like, oh, this is my New Year's resolution, oh, I'm so glad that I've done this, or I accomplished this year, blah, 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 any of the type of stuff. Like if you've just managed to get through this year and that is it, then I'm proud of you. Like, that is amazing, and you getting through this year, just that by itself is an accomplishment alone. Hope you like this wee chatty skincare story time kind of thing. I probably went off track quite a lot in the video. Maybe I've left some things out, probably have, and I've forgot things because that's the ADHD for us. I hope to see you in the next YouTube video. Make sure you subscribe and like and comment on the video.